traveled thousands of miles in search of a weapon more powerful than we've ever known.
It's a tale of a mercenary warrior imprisoned within the Great Wall of China and soon discovers the dark mysteries behind it.
Why are you here?
We came to trade.
You lie.
Along with Chinese soldiers, Matt Damon leads humanity's greatest fight for survival when they fend off monsters attacking the Great Wall.
Matt, what an incredible performance. An absolute beautiful movie.
Thank you.
But it's very different to your usual genre of movies. What prompted you to take on this role?
The director. I love this director's work, and I've been following him for a really long time. And he mostly works in China, so I didn't think I'd ever get a chance to work with him. And then I got a phone call that he had this movie, and it was this massive, East-West co-production, and there was a role in it for me. And so that was it. Yeah.
But what goes into this? I believe you had to relocate your entire family. How did everyone adjust? How did you adjust?
Well, it was a huge movie, so I knew it was about 6 months of a commitment. So I went to my wife and the kids and said, you guys want to go to China? And they were up for it. So we did it, and we just kind of treated it like a big adventure for the family.
Oh, it's always so great to have such great support, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So your character is this master sort of archer and all-round fighter. What goes into preparing for a role like this?
So I was doing The Martian in Budapest, and it turns out that the best speed archer in the world is Hungarian. And so on weekends, when I was in Budapest, I'd go train with this guy, and he basically he helped teach me the movements, because it was practicing his movement, and then they put in the CGI arrow. So I hit everything.
You've been to South Africa numerous times. I remember this because I've seen you doing the Arca Cycle tour.
Oh, yeah.
You've also played the role of Francois Pienaar in Invictus, so all our viewers know you. How would this movie, in your opinion, appeal to South Africans or the African market?
Well, I think it's a big popcorn movie, and it's not trying to be anything else. People should know it's a movie about monsters attacking the Great Wall, and so it's a fantasy movie, and so if you're going to go see it, go with that in mind, that it's a lot of fun.
Renowned Chinese director Zhang Yimou is famous for films like Raise the Red Lantern and House of Flying Daggers, to mention a few. But this action fantasy marks Yimou's first English-language Hollywood production.
This movie had me on the edge of my seat throughout. It was visually impressive. Congratulations.
恭喜恭喜，好，谢谢。Thank you so much.
What goes into making such a spectacular piece of cinema? Where do you even start?
实际上还是因为是中国文化的许多。
Because it's based in Chinese culture, there's a lot of things I can bring, a lot of unique elements I can bring to the movie. Of course, this movie was in development for 7 years. So when my agent brought it to me, they said this is a Hollywood blockbuster. It's not usually your genre, but I like to challenge myself.
I believe it's the biggest film to have been shot in China. It must have been a logistical nightmare. What were some of the challenges?
对，其实对我来说倒不是这个大。
Actually, dealing with the scale and logistics is actually not that difficult for me. I can do things that are on a big scale. However, the thing that I found most difficult is actually to put together, to bring together two different cultures, to find the commonality. Especially when you're making a blockbuster movie, you want to make sure that your message is unique and deep, but at the same time is something that can be understood by people all over the world.
You make great movies telling great Chinese stories. Would you ever consider telling an African story?
有可能的。
Definitely, it's definitely possible, because after the Great Wall, I have great confidence now that I can tackle other things that outside of my own culture. So I think that if there's a great script, I would love to do a movie about Africa.
And would you cast me for the film?
Yeah, 那我演你在您的电影里演个角色。
Yes,
it's definitely a possibility.
Acting alongside Damon, Chilean-born American actor Pedro Pascal holds his own in his biggest Hollywood role to date.
Stay and fight. You think they see you as some kind of hero?
Pedro, you are no stranger to our television screens. Most of our viewers will remember you from Game of Thrones.
Of course.
I crushed on you through 2 seasons of Narcos.
Ah, yes, you have another season to go.
Oh, yes!
You've got to watch season 3.
I absolutely will.
We're in the middle of shooting it now.
Oh, brilliant. But this movie is something else. You're incredible. Congratulations.
Oh,
first
thank
of
you
all.
very much.
So how did you get to work on this film? I believe you're a massive fan of the directors.
I'm a massive fan of the directors. I was a movie nerd very early in life, thanks to my parents. We actually went as a family to see Raise the Red Lantern, and that began my introduction to foreign cinema that I didn't let go of, even up until now. So anyway, when they brought up this project to me, and they sort of like asked me if I knew who this director was, expecting me not to know this Zhang Yimou.
Yes.
I didn't really believe them, and it seemed a little too good to be true, and I think turned out to be, one of my greatest adventures, because I didn't even have to audition. They're out of their minds.
Look at you. So here's the thing, it's not the first time you and Massive work together.
I know.
Do you think this time around the bond has been sort of
It's a little bit
cemented?
stronger than when I had 2 lines as his maitre d', where I sat him and Emily Blunt down at a table. But basically, yes, I got to say, hello, table for 2.
He has been telling the media that basically he and his wife adopted you for
They
the time
did.
that you were in
They
China.
absolutely did. They took me everywhere with them, whenever there was room. And even when Matt was working, I would go off with his family and go shopping. I babysat their kids. We went on many adventures together. It was one of the most special experiences of my life.
Well, if you ever come to South Africa, I'll gladly adopt you.
That's my next place. I'm going to hold you to it.
You better.
Get her name.
I fought for greed and gods.
But the movie aside, Damon, who is no stranger to South Africa, had this to share.
Did you pick up any of our local slang or learn any of our official 11 languages? I'm sure our viewers would love to hear.
No, I mean I haven't done that accent in a really long time. But I mean I still, if I see someone from
Like me?
from South Africa, I'll still say how's it.
How's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and every
lovely.
once in a while I'll say something's lekker.
Lekker, that's one of our favorite words.
Yeah.
Well, you've been lekker. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much. I
And
appreciate it.
congratulations once again on the film.
Cheers.
The Great Wall opens in South African cinemas this Friday. Tanya Neft, Los Angeles.